Hi, everybody. It's Suzanne in Ohio. Um, I have a short video today. I want to show you these two little journals I just completed. Now, each journal has an image on the front of it of fabric art collage that me and my friends have been doing. Now, I just spoke in another video about the fact that I had to be home all day the other day for 4 hours. So I sat at my art table and I put together this journal. And I can only do one that fast because all my pieces and parts are almost complete. But here's the image of one of my fabric art collages. Let me clear away here and get a little bit more room here. But this journal is so fun, and I was anxious to show it because I call it the flip flop journal. I just I created the idea myself for something I wanted to do, and nothing is new under the sun, so maybe somebody else has done the same thing. But let me show you why I call it the flip flop journal. So it ties together. And what it is two journals in one. And when you open it, oh, I can see now I've got to back out a little bit. Hold on here. Okay. So when you open it up, here's a journal. And then the signature is encased sort of in a signature closing there. And you flip all the way through that, and when you're all the way through that section, you sort of flip it over, and then here's another entire journal. Now, I hope that's not too confusing, but let me show you. Let's go back, and I'll slow down. I'll show you what I did with it. Well, now I think I can come back in a little bit. Okay. So when you open it up, it's typical junk journal stuff. I think so cute. Oh my gosh, how can we ever exhaust all the possibilities that could go in a junk journal? But I created this inside journal cover for stability and to keep some of the journals tight and closed. And so when you open it up, I've just created pockets and all kind of ephemera out of things that I had available. And of course, I was thinking, okay, kind of spring, kind of summer, kind of like, natural, outdoorsy. So it's real simple. And those of you that like your junk journals, you can just see what you've seen different things like this before. And it has a lot of ephemera, a lot of found papers, and just all kinds of things to make it interesting. The more pockets and tuck spots and things that we can create, the more fun it is, right? And you can see here that I even covered the background. That signature cover was a calendar, and I just covered the back of it and left the front part of the calendar because it was sage. And this has a pocket of, that entire birdhouse is the pocket, and some little ephemera and stuff stuck in there. And then a nice Etsy print just on the background. It was so pretty, I didn't want to put a pocket or anything on it. But this signature that you just saw, that is sewn right in to the binding with a pamphlet stitch. But then it can close up as I had it before. Close it up, and I wonder if I get it. My arm is all tucked around the tripod, as you can see. But then the next signature is created by almost like a traveler's notebook. So I had this piece of elastic here, and I thought, well, I'll just put some extra papers in that. So I looped the papers around, and I paper clipped it so they won't flop around. And when you're all done with that part of the journal, here is the flip-flop part. So it looks like the front also, but I call it the back. And then it is just covered with some beautiful papers. Now, I created a very stiff piece of what I call semi-binding to keep the elastic for the traveler's notebook from crunching up. So that's all that is. And then let's go on with that. So just a small pocket made out of a calendar, some ephemera, but this is what I like the most. This is a real stiff piece, and I put a pin loop on it, and this, and a little tag, and that will be your writing board. You can put your writing board, and for those of you that aren't sure what I mean is, when you have a journal like this, it's hard to write on it, so you could put your writing board underneath there, and it's nice and firm, and then you just write right along there. Same thing here. You would just put your writing board underneath. That gives it some stability, and then it's easy to write wherever you want. So that little writing board is so cute, and the pen loop just turned out just perfect. Okay, so here's a little ephemera and paraphernalia, everything to do with something natural, artistic, just simple things. Plenty of writing spots, even though it is kind of busy. And then paper snippets and just found papers, handkerchief prints that I collaged myself. Beautiful little Etsy print here. I'm going to use more of her work, and I'm sorry I can't think of who did that right now, but some ephemera and things here. Tuck spot. See, plenty of interest, but plenty of room to write. Little wallpaper envelope. Just things that are so cute. I just love this. This is a little tuck spot. I don't have anything in it. And a little tag. And I left this kind of open so you could gesso on it and write right on top of it, or you can just add a piece of paper on there, and lots of room. It's just too much cuteness, you know, like they say. And you can't, I have to hold myself back, you can't put absolutely everything on in a journal, or it just gets so big you can't do anything with it. Oh, a little bit of coloring, some ivy, a little envelope with cute stuff on it. And then that's the complete closure or signature right there, all sewn together, but in the elastic for a traveler's notebook. So you can take that out if you want to, or need to, or add to it, or replace it. Just some ephemera here in this little thing. So when you close it up, you just tie around your little closure, and I chose this little piece of teal because it goes with the collage art colors. I won't tie the bow back again, But that's my flip-flop journal, and I'm telling you, it's so fun and so interesting to work with something like that, and it's just great. It's just great. Okay, so let's talk about the other one, because that one is inspired by this little image of Fabric Arts also, and we'll just untie this. And it was just a greeting card. I thought, oh, I want to inspire the girls to do something with their greeting cards more. So what I did was add this flap onto it and covered it with some real pretty papers. And then it is just simply, let me show you. It is just simply a big signature sewn right in. Let's see, did I put, oh yeah, I put a false spine on that. So the signature is sewn onto this heavy piece of cardstock that has that rubber stamp on it. And then I glued that in. So you don't actually end up seeing any of the Coptic stitch under here. Or pamphlet stitch, excuse me. But I added, covered the surfaces with scraps, little pieces, and all kind of little pockets and fun little things to just make it so sweet. Little fabric, just everything is just so interesting. If you take your time to look at the images and enjoy them, that's just very rewarding. And then, of course, the idea is write on everything. Use it, journal, write. Even if you just want to use it like a prayer journal or just short pontificating, just thoughts and things that you want to jot down before you forget them. So many spaces in here. Little belly band. And then it just goes on and on. You just explore every part of it, and you'll find more than you can probably ever fill up. And tiny little booklet I made out of this old image of an autograph book. Don't let anything go to waste or unused. An image out of it's called Farm Ballads. It was full of poetry about old farm life, and I just scanned the image and turned it into a pocket. That was hinged on there. Little tuck spot right there. Little pocket here. This little rabbit, he's so dang cute. Very old image, very old. And some more things of interest. And then when you get back here, the part that I glued on as a false spine, I left it extra long, and it became a pocket, and it's full of ephemera. So I'm not going to take all that stuff out, but this is how it works. You just fold it back over and then tie it together. Now, the thing that makes this blend is this was an image of back here, all this colored flowers was handkerchiefs that I scanned and printed. So I had a scrap and I added it on here, and it brings the whole thing together. And there's a little bluebird sitting right in the pile. All right. So 2 little journals for you. Lots of ideas. Simple journals, but very interesting. And they will be on my Etsy site if you care to look at them, just to see new or more photos of it. But also, if you want to purchase it, then you have an image or a video that shows the whole thing. All right. Thank you for watching. And if you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up, a like, and subscribe if you haven't. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.